I'm from the UK. I was born in Surrey. There's lots of green land around and parks and things and a few farms. As I grew up, being very much aware of God and of Jesus, I was encouraged to know about God and I was encouraged to say my prayers. I believed, I prayed, and I used to watch films of Jesus, Charlton Heston kind of film, Bible film, and I used to sort of look at the story of Jesus and think, wow, what an amazing man and how wonderful, and just feel like a tingly feeling inside and think, goodness, wouldn't it have been wonderful to meet him? It wasn't until I was in my 20s that a friend took me along to Kensington Temple in London, and for the first time I realised that it was possible to know Jesus. It became kind of more obvious to me that actually the Jesus that I'd seen on, played on TV in these films, I could actually know and have a relationship with. One night I made the decision to give my life to the Lord, accepted Jesus as my saviour, and was baptised the following year. That was over 25 years ago, and since then, my faith has had its ups and downs, but through it all I've known that Jesus was there by my side. A few years ago, I came across Youssef while listening to Premier Christian Radio. Michael's sermons are broadcast and I listened to them on the way to work. He brought the Bible alive and helped me to see the world and myself really through the lens of the Bible in a way that I'd never really heard anyone quite do before. I think one day I missed the broadcast and so looked him up on Google. I'm quite a detective when it comes to Googling. So then kind of came across Church of the Apostles, and then I sort of saw that you could see it live. I didn't think that really meant here that it could work, and I remember one Sunday afternoon saying to my husband, let's kind of see if it works, and I was quite amazed that it did work, and the service came up. We now watch on a Sunday afternoon. So take part in the worship, we don't sing aloud, but it very much in our heads, and we take part in the prayer, and it's quite strange to think that you're all those thousands of miles away and we're sitting in our kitchen with our cup of coffee or tea, kind of taking part. It's often a bit of a joke that when at the beginning, they ask the people who are new to kind of fill in a card, and so often joke, where's my card? If we were to ever kind of come to America, we can imagine just kind of fitting into the church. The form of the service, the worship, is all very familiar to us. People who go to Church of the Apostles are very blessed, actually, to go to the church. Having Michael as their preacher, I think he's pretty unique, I have to say, and very special. The fact that he puts the Bible in its historical context and is able to explain all of that, actually, I think is something quite special. Just before I was listening to his sermons, even though I've been a Christian for sort of a number of years, I think I didn't really know that the Lord loved me. And I think that's something I've become much more conscious of, that I am precious to him, that he has a plan for me, and that actually at the kind of lowest point of my life, I've always either heard or somebody said to me directly when they were praying for me without necessarily knowing the context. From Jeremiah, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. And I often hear the Lord reminding me of that. As I seek the Lord's plans for the rest of my life in this fragile and rapidly changing world we currently find ourselves in, I know I'm loved by the Lord and can confidently stand on his word until Jesus comes again. Thank you, Michael, and thank you to your team for all you do. May the Lord bless you always.